So with more, well, with another character to look at. Doesn't really give me much memories, but Sabertooth from the Brotherhood of Mutants, and he's not exactly that memorable. I mean, the most I remember from him was like, you might have that one guy in like X-Men, Street Fighter, or Marvel 2 that is like really good with this guy. But the most I remember about him is that him and Wolverine hate each other in the series, in the cartoon series. And I don't really know who's stronger, because they're both pretty much the same, just one is evil. Because one is essentially evil and the other one is like this super war hero who's been through, he's lived longer than almost anybody else type of guy. Anyway, and the only other memory I remember of Sabertooth is his chick named Birdie. He would just snap his fingers and be like, "Birdie!" and she would just pop in with a machine gun and dust whoever's in front of him. I also believe he had like different outfits, but this was like his main one. So, Sabertooth, pretty much how I remember his uniform. Yeah, pretty much how much I remember it. Remember this. And combat type character, Victor Creed, who stands at 6 feet 7 inches, 375 pounds. That's with his 375 pounds with his adamantium, 275 pounds without his adamantium. That is still heavy, and that is all muscle. Obviously a super villain and a mutant. Has the ability agility to give himself an attack speed increase by 3%. Born with deadly claws and fangs. Born with deadly claws and fangs, Victor Creed fully embraces his primal nature as Sabertooth, a merciless killer. He possesses superhuman strength, and stamina, a healing factor, and the animalistic instinct to kill. And that is a sentence fragment. Anyway, that is Sabertooth. So, at max rank, max level, and maximum mastery, excuse me, I believe he actually beats out Juggernaut in physical attack. Because his physical attack sits at 5,900. His physical defense sits at 3,500. His energy defense sits at 3,100. His HP sits at 16,000. At tier 2, his physical attack skyrockets to 7,200. Well, 7,200. If I said 72,000, this would be the most broken here, man. Physical defense sits at 44,000. Sits at 4,400. His energy defense sits at 4,000. HP might as well be rounded up to 20,000. At max potential, he sits at probably one of the highest numbers I've seen for physical attack. 8,100. His physical defense hits 5,100. His energy defense hits 4,600. His HP hits 22,000. His leader skill is probably one of the most boring ones I've ever seen. It's the kind that I hate because it's just decreased debuff duration. Oh wow, you decrease debuff duration. Yay. That doesn't really help much for a leader skill. And for the most part, if you get hit with a debuff, you're kind of stuck in it. And it's either going to be reapplied or you're already dead. Especially in timeline battles. So I hate these. Normal passive. Pretty much Wolverine, but when his HP is below 99%, he has a 5% recovery of max HP. When he hits 50%, well, excuse me, 50% chance when attacking for 1 second. For every 1 second, he applies to enemies. 7% decrease to all defenses, stacks up to 55 to minus 55% for 10 seconds with a cooldown timer of 1 second. So he can really apply this. Like, given enough attack speed, he could hit that 55% all defense decrease. His tier 2 passive, 30% chance to increase critical damage by 100%. Critical damage increased by 25%. Increases guaranteed critical rate by 30%. Just by this alone, he is the werewolf that I want but cannot have. Skill 1 applies 10% bleed damage for every 1 second and removes elasticity. So elasticity, if you didn't know, that is Mr. Fantastic's thing, who was added, I believe, in a previous patch before Captain Marvel. Then you have Lethal Nail, which also does bleed damage for every 1 second and removes elasticity, but this one also paralyzes. Then you have Terrible Roar, which does incapacitation, which removes the active buffs from target. 50% chance to be immune to all damage, increases all attacks by 20%, all speed by 1%, and critical rate by 20%, removes incapacitation from himself. Physical damage, 105% of physical attack. And then you have Fierce Attack, which stuns enemies for 1 second and deals 20% bleed damage for every 1 second. Removes elasticity as well. Then you have Brutal Hunt, which does a whopping 35% bleed damage for every 1 second. And removes elasticity, all for 3 seconds. And then also adds Paralyze for 4 seconds. And then gives himself a 40% chance to penetrate barrier and shield effects. Very nice, like very nice on paper. So, this character's team-ups are Magneto and Psylocke, Wolverine and Beast, Domino and what's-his-face, I haven't gone over yet, Wolverine and Deadpool, Venom, or in my case, Anti-Venom, and Carnage. Is Carnage even useful anymore? He has been out for a long time. Is he viable anymore? Also teams up with White Tiger and Black Panther. Teams up with Iron Fist, Wolverine, Deadpool, Kraven the Hunter, and Juggernaut. Probably the best team up would be Wolverine and Deadpool, due to the fact that they will all share passives between each other. But you will probably have to give Deadpool the leading role, which, that's alright. I mean, they all have healing factors, so they're harder to kill. Anyway, to acquire this character, you have to buy him in the shop. Which, if you actually go to the shop, go to the shop, just like Adam Warlock, Emma Frost, and Warpath, that is his name, Sabertooth cost 2,500 crystals. You also get 2 million gold. But you get Sabertooth at 6 stars. So that's good. Unlike at a Warlock, would you pay 6,600 just to get him at 3 stars in tier 2? What the heck are you guys thinking? But if you get Warpath, you get almost enough to put him at tier 2. Almost. Actually, I believe that would only put him up to like, not tier 2. That would put him up to like 4 stars. Rough. Anyway. Previewing his skills. So his intro, he comes in. So when he has an intro, he comes in, his attack from far away, he just has to run in and he does this. And this is pretty slow. This is actually pretty slow. It pretty much reminds me of Sabertooth. Even up close, it's the same thing. Skill 1. I like the intro. I like how he jumps in. He's like, slash up, slash down. Also, it has a bit of no targeting to it. And then you have skill 2, which I actually like skill 2 because it's just like you have to, like, once you get hit by it, you have to sit there. Like, you just have to sit there. Dude. Like, you're kind of stuck there because you're paralyzed. Skill 3. Anybody that happens to be too close when he activates that is pretty much getting punished. Then you have skill 4. I kind of like that. He just, like, it's a bit of a combo, and then he kicks away and goes into a cannon drill. And it goes into a cannon drill a bit. That's kind of nice. Skill 5. This I like this one. I like it. But just reminds me of his Super in Marvel 2. Yeah, pretty much that's how it reminds me of his main Super in Marvel vs. Capcom. And what the heck, Sabertooth? What the heck? What the heck, Sabertooth? Okay. Anyway, that is Sabertooth. Honestly, like I said, on paper, it's all good. But he has to be slowed down. He has to be slowed because imagine how much defense decrease you could apply and how much bleed damage you would apply if his attack speed was faster. It actually just makes me think of, like, how would I go about building this guy? Would I build him towards attack speed, or would I build him towards just doing as much damage in one hit as possible? I'm leaning more towards attack speed though. But that's it for Sabertooth. So when I come back, Warpath.